Everybody, it's me, and I'm back playing the game known as The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, and doing pretty darn good at it if I do say so myself, I think at least. Stats are okay, we still have the same problem we had last time, low damage but good rate of fire, 7 HG2. Vincent is my favorite Final Fantasy VII character. I'm just kidding. That's Tifa. Anyway. It's a good run. It's a good start. There's one obvious negative. Yo, I didn't know I had Ma of the Void. Yo, relax. Okay, the obvious negative is immediately relevant. We don't have renewable HP. Should I have lost half of my HP in a single room? No, but in my defense, I didn't see that I don't have Ma of the Void. Anyway, I have a Thame, but I didn't see that I had a Thame, okay? All we gotta do, get it together now. A Thame is good, depending on, you know, when we get hit. We're obviously not gonna try to use it tactically right now. That would be a bold and terrible decision. But if we get hit, / when we get hit, we're gonna like having the opportunity to get a refund on some of the damage we just took. Just a single bomb. That's all I ask for. A single bomb. Dude, crack the sky so good. So good! I got you. Bam, bam. Okay, that's, you know you're already running low on commentary. When you got nothing to say, you're just singing songs. Hold on, where was the Tinted Rock? It's not in this room, right? It's in the other room? If only you could push barrels through doors. Maybe at some point in the future. Dude, by the way, today, the backlog is not that large. You know, I don't have to apologize for the state of the backlog anymore. But I'm dating the video. Nintendo did a Nindies today. That's, oh, give me a bombs key. Oh, give me a bombs key. That's fine. That's, you know, they show off indie games that are coming to the Switch. I don't know, is the 3DS still like a thing? I kind of thought that it sort of rolled into the Switch now, but, and they announced an exciting collaboration. No bombs. It's a Crypt of the Necrodancer sequel that also is in the Zelda universe. So you could play as Link, you could play as Zelda, you're fighting Zelda-esque monsters. Really cool. Coming from Brace Yourself Games, a local connection, Vancouver developer. And dude, as far as I'm concerned, if Nintendo... I'm so pro Nintendo recently. Yes, you know, do they make some silly decisions sometimes with respect to like Mario Kart or Mario Party's online mode, for example? Sure, all right, but you know they made a lot of steps forward, and you know most of their recent games have been great, not even good, but like great. So I'm very, I've been more pro Nintendo recently than I have been for years probably. But how cool would it be if they also, you know, while being choosy, gave access to some of their properties to indie developers to do their own take on them. Now, please resist the gamer notion. I know the gamer notion. Well, I don't want Mario being made by a crappy developer. Yeah, okay. Well, like, don't do that then. We're just spitballing here. Well, while it's hypotheticals, why do you have to go to the worst case scenario right off the bat? Here's what I'm thinking. You know? What about a Metroid game made by Team Cherry, the Hollow Knight devs, or made by Drinkbox, you know, the Guacamelee devs? What about a Mario game made by, I was trying to think, you know, recent platformer goodness, with like a Mario game made by like the Hat in Time team or something like that. It doesn't have to be on the same level as Super Mario Odyssey, but you know, like a spiritual successor at like a $20 or $30 price point or something like that. I mean, those specific examples, I got no idea. Will those happen? Almost certainly not. But Nintendo possibly being a little bit less restrictive, let's do it, dude, of its brands and opening the door for, you know, reimaginings of the franchises with, you know, very distinctive devs' takes on it, it'd be cool. Plus, you know, I know they're already making, like, a Metroid Prime, but, dude, it's not really fair to say this, because, I mean, I don't work for the company, but doesn't it seem like, and maybe Team Cherry wouldn't even want to do it, But doesn't it seem like that's a slam dunk? Can you imagine the press if you were like, you know, Metroid, we're making a Metroid, Super Metroid 2 from the makers of Hollow Knight. People would lose their freaking minds. Plus, by the way, we just got Polyphemus. It's very good news. It's a great run so far. Now, it's too easy, by the way, to just come up with good ideas. Hey, here's a good idea. Make the best game ever made. Well, why doesn't anybody take me seriously? But that's a dang good idea, dude. That's a good... Just throwing that out there. Anyway. Also, please let me give you money to play Tetris 99. I know it makes me a traitor to the consumers. I don't even know what I want. Put a hat on the pieces or something like that. And let me put a fedora on my long piece. But just let me give you money. Please, I beg you. I don't know what to say. I've played 60 hours, 62 hours of this free game. Is my favorite game of the year. Maybe Slay the Spire is number 1. Maybe Tetris 99 is number 2. Slay the Spire is number 1. But dude, it's close. It's way closer than I thought it would be. Let me give you money. I feel guilty. Well, you could just buy Puyo Puyo Tetris. I don't want to buy Puyo Puyo Tetris. You know why? I like winning. Alright? Play Puyo Puyo Tetris. It's like all the people I play Street Fighter 4 get 1 win out of 100 games and they go, oh, you should play Third Strike, it's better. Yeah, I'd love to play Third Strike exclusively against, you know, the same 300 people that have been playing the game for a decade and a half so I can give them more free wins. That sounds like a great way to spend my time. Cursed Eye is interesting here. I mean, I obviously am not going to take it, but I was thinking, like, if we could charge up a big shot, it might be worthwhile. Dude, we're on an XL floor, too. Yo, simmer. Simmer, dude. They're not simmering. Okay. Okay. Still a little light on HP. That's the only concern right now. Damage is definitely handled. Anyway, it was a cool announcement. They also announced, I mean, I don't want to give my takes on all this stuff, you know, because some of the, you know, like a couple of the Nindies, I looked at them and I was like, man, it's not really like my scene. A couple of them I kind of thought looked a little jank. That's okay. The Necrodancer looks cool as heck, dude. Will I play it on stream? I got no idea, because I think that it's one of those games in, you know, Kate, she's got the musical brain out of the two of us. She can play it and stream it simultaneously and you know, talk when talking is warranted. I don't know if I necessarily have that cognitive capacity. Things are getting a little spooky here. Oh, dude, there's a shop back here. I was walking around like, when are we gonna find the shop? It's right back here is the thing. Sorry, I could see there's a message in the Discord. It's not like a controversial message, but it's a message that I really want to weigh in on. But I can't do it because I'm live right now, so for a second my brain was like, my eye was twitching, like, I think you're wrong, and I'm going to explain why. It's... Sorry, I can't put all my efforts into my work right now. Oh, why, Mr. Laterno? Someone is wrong on the internet, or not even really wrong, but I just disagree with them slightly. Oh, are they like your worst enemy or something? Is it like that? No, they're one of my greatest friends on this godforsaken planet. But I disagree with them. Slightly. About a trivial issue. Yo! Dust them, dude. This is still, it's way more dangerous than I thought it would be. Realistically, we should absolutely crap on any bosses we come across. Which, I mean, like right now. But I am worried because there's some caves bosses is relatively, I mean, it's not unlikely that we come across them, but it's not necessarily the most likely outcome that we come across them. But the reason I'm coming down here, yep, is because I wanted to make sure we had a charge available so that we could walk into the room and just hope that they get hit. And, you know, these rooms should be easy for us right now, but I am trying specifically to find, if possible, a, you know, a tinted rock. Feel like there were none on the whole floor. A second secret room with any sort of health would also be very nice. We got enough bombs to certainly take a look, but it's not going to be there, dude. So we're going to keep it up. We're just, you know, I'm actually not that concerned, to be honest, about where we stand right now. But we are close to the situation where, like, one wrong move could put us in a bad spot. So, no tinted rocks. Annoying enough to use this and then hope for a spirit heart. Speed up is still pretty good. And then we'll go back and get this battery charge. And, I mean, we're really just hoping for an HP upgrade. Even 2 HP would be the dream. That's a tough get. But even 1 HP I would accept for the time being. Dirty's not too bad. Did have a little frame rate hiccup there for whatever reason. Alrighty. That's HP, but it's not HP that's filled. Dude, this is dangerous. Okay, I'm glad we did it, but I don't think it was necessarily the right choice to come in here. Just because I was worried about Krampus. If Krampus hits us twice, we'd be dead. Thankfully, we did get a bunch of demon hearts. That gives us a much better chance to stay alive, but... Spooky. Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't remember, dude. I don't remember. Oh, that was talking about the Nindy stuff. It's cool. And then there's, like, you know, a bunch of devs tweeted today about their stuff going exclusive to the Epic Store. I don't even want to get into it because it's a controversial issue. You ask people, hey, how do you feel about politics? I don't really want to get into that. Hey, how do you feel about exclusivity on the Epic Store? They'll hit you up with a freaking essay every single time. That's not to say it's a trivial issue. Sort of. But, you know, you gotta pick your battles. It's not a battle Yo, don't do this to me. It's not a battle I'm really interested in fighting. I'll give you my perspective, and I know that I'm opening myself up to it's the principle of the thing. But here's my 2 cents, without, you know, trying to rattle anybody on either side, because I feel like it's an issue that's not worth getting rattled about unless you're in the industry. But you know, everybody wants competition. The competition is supposed to foster better services. But the reality, I think, of you know, a game store is that it's really hard to offer better service, especially when you got a juggernaut out there that, you know, all your friends are already on it, your game library's already on it. You know, the only thing you can really do is lower, you know, offer a discount to the consumer. I don't know if that's practical or impractical to break MSRP on like a AAA game and offer it for $10 cheaper or something like that. I know there's stores that have done it. I'm just saying it's not easy. So, you know, for me personally, I understand why people are rattled, and in principle why exclusivity is a bad thing. You know, I've installed the Epic Launcher. I installed it for Fortnite, which I haven't played in a long time. But I you know, updated it and bought Satisfactory on it. I guess I'm part of the problem for a lot of people. But in my defense, Satisfactory has been kind of lit so far. So I feel like, you know, it was a bit of an inconvenience to have another launcher. And rest assured, dude, I got the same launcher fatigue as everybody else. I mean, on Tuesday's stream, I played a game on the Switch. Following that, I played a game on the Epic Store. And following that, I played a game on Origin. So I understand launcher fatigue. And especially when it seems like needless launcher fatigue. And I also understand that, you know, when a game is announced and it says, you know, coming to Steam in 2019. And then later, the developer tweets, you know, somebody sent us a canvas bag with a $sign painted on it. It's not coming to Steam anymore. It's coming to Epic exclusively for a year. That rubs people the wrong way. For sure. I can understand that. Simultaneously, I do find myself just being like, I don't know. How is another storefront supposed to compete with Steam? And I very rarely see people, and not very rarely, but it's much less common to see people complain about Steam exclusivity. You know, a lot of devs exclusively put their game out on Steam, And it's not because they've been paid to do so. Maybe that's where the difference is, but it's because, you know, that's where the bulk of the users are, so it's where most people will choose to focus their efforts. And there'll always be like a couple of people that are in the comments going like, where's the GOG version? But it's not nearly as many people. Anyway, I'm just saying, you know, it's I mean, it's not really a complicated issue. I don't really see it as a controversial issue either, even though I know, you know, I have the deep feeling in the pit of my chest right now as I bring this up that it's I've been reading the Reddit threads about it, dude. People are mad. I don't get it. That doesn't mean all the people who are mad about it are wrong, though. Maybe, you know, we just see things differently, and that's fine too. It wouldn't surprise me if this ends up being the most heated issue in games this year. Let's put it that way. I mean, I also, we've been playing stuff on the stream that's exclusively available in the Discord store. So I don't know if I got a leg to stand on here. Apparently, I will install whatever launcher you want me to install. I'm a company stooge. But I don't know. It's hard, you know? How are you supposed to compete? You know, the only thing when I look at Steam that's like a glaring issue is customer service. How many times do I have to deal with Steam customer service annually? Approximately 0.0. So, I mean, I don't really see that as being a market force that drives new users to your platform. They did give everybody Subnautica for free. I don't know, dude. It's just I mean, I don't even care about competition. I have like the Galaxy Brain take, which is like, yeah, I've got the Epic launcher, but I don't care if it is a race tomorrow and Steam's the only player. I'll tell you why I like the Epic launcher. It's not because of the creator store. Like, I don't have a creator club code yet. You can use Bear Taffy's code, as far as I'm concerned. But I like it because it provides 88% to devs instead of Valve's 30%. Now, Valve did change the terms a little bit. So if your game makes over, I don't know, it was in the 7 figures for sure, but if your game makes over like, you know, 1 million or 10 million, I can't specifically remember, I'm sorry to tell you, I don't really want Tiny Planet, honestly. Then the cut starts to get better until they get to 88%, but at the very least, I think Epic has been a slight benefit as an element of competition for developers. Whether or not that's, I mean, have they been a negative for consumers so far? Probably. I can definitely admit that. I'm not saying it's good for the industry to just have exactly the same prices and exactly the same level of service, but have to get 2 launchers to have it happen. But, you know, devs getting a bucket full of cash for some timed exclusivity, plus a better split on the store, might be better for developers. So maybe it is a complicated issue. Maybe I mean, as I talked about it there, I flip-flop a little bit in my own head about how I feel about it. I'm still happy to use whatever store's available. I mean, dude, you wouldn't believe. I got, you know, Tryon had that game, and now I've forgotten the name of it, but we played it on the NLSS once. It was like a simultaneous turn-based strategy pseudo-MOBA. It wasn't a MOBA, but it was like an XCOM sort of game with heroes, if that makes sense. I downloaded the Tryon launcher to play that on the show a couple of times. So I got more platforms on this PC than you can shake a stick at, dude. So maybe I'm not to be trusted. Yeah, by the way, I wanted to recently announce that Tim Sweeney sent me 6 canvas bags with $signs painted on them in order to promote the Epic Games Store in my videos. That's not true, but Timothy, if you're listening, I don't know. That seems like one of those things you don't want to wade into, you know? Dude, I gotta be honest, I really like Crack the Sky. Crack the Sky's been fantastic for us. We had a lot of, and nobody likes this when you have an Isaac run where you don't pick up some items, but both Cursed Eye and Tiny Planet are kinda on the naughty list. As we are not even close to Christmas. It's a little bit of a strange reference, but... Now, Forget Me Now is cool, but it costs us something. Might cost us everything, for all I know. Anyway, I'm just saying. It's, I don't know how I feel about it, I guess. I consider it a mild inconvenience, but I also agree in principle that it kind of stinks. But, you know, I agree in principle that a lot of minor inconveniences suck. Does that mean that I should, you know, just take it on the chin? I mean, if what you're taking on the chin is a light breeze, I mean, you know my enlightened perspective. I'm trying not to say it, but it's like, when you could just take 45 seconds and download the launcher versus, like, arguing about it for an hour online every day. You know where I fall on that spectrum. But that doesn't mean it's not worth arguing about, I guess. It's like, I defend to the death your right to say it, I guess. It is also annoying a little bit as a streamer, because you're like, you know, playing a game, trying to be entertaining. Haven't talked about the game in 15 minutes, but it's on the Epic Store, and people are like, sorry, NL, I can't support this show, because it's an affront to gamers to be playing this, and blah, blah. Don't you care about your audience? There's a percentage of people that, you know, every social media profile they got is I hate drama, and then they join a show where I'm telling a joke about quesadillas or something like that, and they go, by the way, drama. You know, you see, it's not inescapable. You know, it's you can escape it. The way you escape it is by transcending it. You got to become the quesadilla, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway. It was a rare... I couldn't remember the last time it happened. On Tuesday, let me tell you. So Tuesday we start with Tetris 99. It's on Switch. Next we play Satisfactory. Cool game. Maybe it's an insult to gamers worldwide because it's exclusive to the Epic Store, but simultaneously, cool game so far. That's on the Epic Games launcher, in case you didn't hear me talking just a second ago. Following that, we played Apex Legends. That's on the Origin store. Following that, we played Minecraft, which is required for us to launch through the Twitch launcher because of the mods that we have going on. So, it was like an 8-hour stream, and none of the games use Steam whatsoever. I can't remember the last time I've done that. Usually, on a stream, every single game uses Steam. Maybe the odd Switch game, with more frequency lately for sure, but there's a lot of launchers. I get why people are annoyed. I mean, dude, we've been talking about it on the show for years. Just a matter of whether you consider it, oh, the sun is way better. So I guess that's where it is. Just a matter of whether you consider it, like, conceptually bad, but, to implement it is not so bad. Or if you're like, it's conceptually bad, and as a result, I need to tell people that it's conceptually bad all the time. I understand both positions. Sort of. Okay, we will check the dice room here. I'm not nervous about this run. I'm nervous about the HP. Apprehensive about the HP. The tractor beams, dude! If we don't take too much damage, you know, we should be fine. I would love to have some extra spirit hearts or something going on. On Golden Bomb. People give the analogies all the time. Imagine you ran a lemonade stand. Your neighbor makes worse lemonade, but he also runs a lemonade stand. He's tired of you beating him because you're better, so he just pays the lemon farmers to give him exclusivity to lemons. I mean, it's a kind of an oversimplified analogy, right? It assumes that there's just, like, games are some kind of limited resource. That, you know, the Epic Games Store is the only place where you can buy video games. It's not the case whatsoever, you know? You gotta consider... Steam has something like, you know, 50 games releasing on a daily basis. They got kombucha. They got horchata. They got chai tea lattes and Oreo frappuccinos. I get the analogy. I'm just saying, using the analogy, when people use the analogy and then people who read it go like, now I understand. I'm like, that's an oversimplification. Anyway, I don't want to get into it. Because, like a lot of things in the gaming industry, it's, you know, my take is like, well, if you don't like it, don't support it. I support your right to not support it. And to yell about it, to be honest. But I always get myself in trouble because I'm an enlightened centrist, so my take is always like, don't care about it. And then I start talking about it, and I go, why did I start talking about this thing that I don't really care about? And then people go, NL, you're missing the point. You know, it's a more nuanced issue than you gave it respect for, and I think it's important to care about it. And then I get embroiled in these arguments where I'm like, I see your point, I just, you know, I don't even disagree. It's just like not on my radar as something to be concerned about. And then they go, why'd you bring it up? And I'm like, you're right. I don't know. And it's a whole thing, dude. It's a whole thing. And the reason I brought it up is because, you know, I'm going to be recording a bunch of Isaac episodes. You know, anything that's on my radar. Anything that's on my radar for stuff to talk about, it's gonna get talked about for better or for worse, right? You know, if I'm sitting down here for 180 minutes recording Isaac episodes, I'm probably gonna start to talk about whatever's on my mind. Death card. This run is still, it's not bad, is modestly spooky. Just a little bit of extra HP. I know we could go back for the HP that's back there, by the way, but we shouldn't have to, in all likelihood. We have to go back that way regardless, but it's just the HP's got me slightly rattled. We can just find like 2 tinted rocks on this floor would mean the world to me. Dude, if the death card is incapable of killing these enemies at this point, then it is truly lost. All I'm gonna say about the Epic Launcher, the final thing, is if I had the rank launchers, I'm definitely putting Steam #1. And I'll tell you, it's the same reason, like, you know, if you still have a Facebook account, is the same reason, like, Facebook remains popular despite being maybe a little evil, you know? It's because all your friends are there. It's really hard to compete with the fact that I've already got, you know, hundreds or even thousands of games on the platform from over the years. All my friends are already there. Most of the online games that I play, you know, they might use Steamworks for connectivity and stuff like that. So it's got a huge built-in advantage just due to, like, I'm already there. Convenience, inertia, etc., etc. Second, you're gonna think that I've lost my mind. It's the Discord store. The fact that the Discord store lets you invite people from Discord with the click of a single button is huge. I don't know what it is. Oh, geez Louise, dude. It worked. The Discord store has better, at least in the couple of games I've played on it, better online, like, multiplayer connectivity than any other launcher I've ever used. What comes after that? I don't know. We're getting into some rough situations. They all got problems. Epic, for a long time, was extremely annoying for me to use for a number of reasons. A major one is that whenever Fortnite had an update, it would take me like 100 hours to launch the store because so many people were downloading it. I don't know if that scalability issue has been fixed. Origin, oftentimes for me, spins up and loads and then goes, sorry, we couldn't load, try again later. And then I close it and load it up again, and it's like, you're good now. All right. I mean, I guess it happens from time to time, but simultaneously, why? And then, don't even get me started on Uplay, dude. The amount of what seemed like needless and unacceptable issues I've had with Uplay over the years. And Uplay is even maybe like the worst, my range, dude, out of all of them. Because even if you buy something on another launcher, it uses Uplay for multiplayer. So you gotta, like, you know, you're trying to invite your friends, but, you know, for years, Uplay was like, I don't see you online. Oh, really? I'm online. Yeah, I don't see you online. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Yo, it's dangerous, dude. I'm gonna delete you from my friends list, and then I'm gonna re-add you. And then you do that, and you're like, okay, you're online now. That's, like, unacceptable for a major multiplayer platform. Now, is it better now? I don't know, because, I mean, I was still having the issue, even playing Trials Rising on PS4, where, you know, I'm trying to open, I don't even want to, I just want the notification off my screen. I'm trying to open loot boxes, and it's like, we can't reach the Uplay servers. I'm like, okay, whose fault is that? I didn't ask for your live story, just let me open the freaking loot boxes you forced me to get in the first place. So, I got a special place reserved for Uplay, if you know what I mean. Thank God, dude. This one was falling apart. It's the gamer karma, dude. You start to say positive things about timed exclusivity, and all of a sudden, RN Jesus is coming for you. I'm sorry. Dude, the relic, huge get. Fear shot, I'll take it for the tier rate upgrade for sure. Bad gas. Thank you for not being a pill of negativity. Bad trip would have caused us a boatload of concerns. I don't really care what we get. My number one concern is not getting hit. I'm not concerned about order. I just want to get as many relic charges as possible. I mean, we could beat Isaac. I'd say if we have 1 extra HP on going into the fight, like if we have half a red heart and then a spirit heart on top of it, I would feel pretty confident. I would feel reasonably confident in our ability to come out of that one with a W. Rotten Baby's a huge help, by the way. Yikes, dude. Excuse me, where's my relic charge? I'm seeing it. No! No more! No more, dude! Oh, this is a dream. Thank God. Heart rate got a little higher there for a second. Can I just, in the interest of being reasonable but not overly negative, can we talk about how little we've gleaned consumably from this floor so far? Sure, you know, unlimited bombs that we feel compelled to not use as a result of our relative low HP right now. I don't want to get too close to the enemies in the first place. If I'm being honest, I think number 1 caused us a lot of these problems. Now, it's not to say I'll never take number 1 in the future, but, you know, you take number 1 with a sober mind. Don't just look at it and go like, number 1, that's pretty good. You look at it and you go, okay, we'll think about it. Honestly, I kind of hate this room, but let's see. It's not that bad. When a single shot and a fly kills each one of these enemies, like a big pizza pie, that's amore, dude. They are fast, though. Rotten Baby's so good with this level of damage. Yo, maybe, like, stop walking into them? Brain, that's you. I'm calling you out. Thank God for the HP. How on earth? After some of the worst dodges I've ever made, to make that dodge there with so little space available felt amazing. Okay, so we should be fine. This one ended up being way hot. Even that damage was irrelevant. Another spirit heart out of it. Dude, great stuff. Okay. It's still spottier than it looks, just because we have to get close to hit. Being close on this guy is dangerous. Rotten Baby's there. It's a little slow, but, you know, maybe we could work on it. And, of course, we have a Thame, but we don't have invincibility to make sure we're getting something out of it. We got number 2, but that's always a little bit of a CF, if you know what I mean. A cluster truck. We're free. Good lord. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. That was a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya!